I'm Chris Stanley, aka Cosplay Chris, and I'm a collector.
All right, you can press record now because I'm going to do the syncing thing.
Oh, that felt great.
All right,
ready?
we're going to wing this because
We've got nothing to do.
we've got nothing.
I have something to talk about. You do it better.
Okay. What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to Geeks and Geekettes. I am joined once again by the lovely Laura Gilbert.
Hi.
Hi.
Was that my cue? What?
You
do I get up, do a little dance?
Do as you please. And also this guy over here, Rui.
The sweaty boy.
We're both
Sweaty
so
boy.
sweaty. It's so humid in Sydney today, so
It's not bad in here, though.
we're a little bit damp, dear. So today, we're kind of winging it. We really don't know what we're talking about, but the priority is Stranger Things. We've been meaning to talk about Stranger Things for the past 2 podcasts, I think.
We always mention it, but it never comes around to it.
So, essentially, Stranger Things, I don't want to say it's come and gone, but it's digested with everyone all over the world.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, because Laura and I binge-watched the first series starting in Melbourne when we were down for PAX. Watched the first, I think, 3 episodes, and we were hooked instantly. Because usually I'm not one of those people that jumps on the bandwagon with TV shows, and I don't watch much TV or TV shows.
So, Game of Thrones.
There goes my subscriber. Down, down, down.
No, but because you like Stranger Things, it's going to look well.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I love, like, it's not derived from a Stephen King novel, but there is Stephen King elements there. Like, well, actually, yeah, they took bits
Everything.
from, a bit of everything.
Like, the stuff that we grew up with, like the Alien. We got all like some Nightmare on Elm Street episodes.
It's very Nightmare on
especially
Elm
the
Street.
second one, The Exorcist.
Very much
We'll get to those things.
But funnily enough, the guys that created and directed most of them were supposed to direct it. And
I remember you.
lines like, you don't have enough credits to your name.
So they made this.
Yeah.
And now they're laughing.
All the way to the bank.
Oh,
So we've got season 3 coming in 2019, but let's start from season 1. Just
I'm not happy about that.
yeah.
You're not happy about season 1? What?
No,
I'm
about
not happy
season
about
3.
Season 3 next
Season
year.
3, that is a long way. That is a long way.
But I think
Because I feel... Oh, sorry.
No, go for it.
Just, you know how, like, Game of Thrones, we've got a big wait, but with good reason. Like, with the amount of storylines and shooting locations and the really, really high up...
Production value.
Oh, man.
It's like a movie. That's
It is.
That's the incubation period of like a movie.
Yeah.
Pre-filming and post-production.
And the special effects they do is just
That must take
mind-blowing.
most of the
Yeah.
time.
You can tell there's a difference. Laura pointed out in...
Oh,
Spoiler
and we were
alert.
talking about Game of Thrones.
Oh, right.
Now we will talk about... That's so embarrassing.
Do you want me to just... Oh,
No. It's okay, it's okay. What's going to happen is before next week, you're going to watch every single episode of Game of Thrones non-stop. You don't sleep, and then next week we talk about Game of Thrones. If you think that's a good idea, please like this video. And it will be your most liked video.
Just doing the whole Clockwork Orange thing, like tie his eyes up.
eye drops.
Yes.
He's like...
By the end, he'll be like, "I love this so much. You can untie me now."
Torture.
I'm like wearing a nappy.
No, I think the reason why they're delaying it until next year, I think it's because Millie Bobby Brown and Finn Wolfhard, they're both getting into like films.
Yeah.
So they get schedules
Big,
like
man,
getting,
like really
it's starting
big.
to become a Sherlock sort of
Yeah.
fiasco thing happening here.
Millie Bobby Brown, she's skyrocketed now.
Yeah.
And Finn Wolfhard, man, like he's getting into all those like 80s niche movies.
He was great in It.
Oh, I love
I
him.
think it's good though because they're such a young age, which is like fantastic for them, but it's also fantastic for their fan base. Their fan base will grow up with them.
Yeah.
Because there's so many instances where younger people will look up to idols a lot older and they're just not kind of on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Where I think it's like really cool because you don't get these instances often where they're at a similar age and can like grow together. Does that make sense?
No, that makes
No,
sense.
it makes total sense.
Because the same thing happened with Harry Potter.
That's it.
That's why it actually worked really well, because the audience grew up with it. I'm not a fan of like series that they stay on the same wavelength for like 6-7 movies. You kind of get sick of it by
You
the
don't
end.
buy into it. It's just, it loses believability.
Yeah.
It's like also when there's like, say, a 10-year or 20-year hiatus from a film and they do a sequel or something to that effect, and they come back exactly 10 or 20 years later with the same actors.
Yeah.
I love that. It's believable.
As long as they can get the development there, because it has been 20 years. Like, you see movies with huge character developments in between like 1 to 2 years. This is 20 years.
Yeah.
They need a lot of character development. But yeah, Stranger Things, let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
We're back in the
about
room. But yeah, first episode, like the first 10 minutes was great. The suspense was great because I love a good monster film.
Yep.
Um,
And you see the Demogorgon
Briefly.
briefly, and then you don't see it for episodes and episodes.
They Cloverfield it.
Yeah, they did.
massive tease.
It was good.
Winona Ryder, man, like she brought her A game. Like what a comeback for her.
Seriously though, like imagine the stress that she would have had. She's crying in every episode.
She's losing the plot.
Exactly.
It's a baby who's gone missing, and she was great.
That was a tough role. But she did so well.
Mother Hen
Mother Hen,
Yeah.
fierce Mother Lion.
and David Harbour.
Oh, that dude's my hero, man. I'm so excited for anything that he's in. Even Hellboy, I'm excited.
What
for
did we
that.
look up on Google? And he was in it, and we were both surprised.
Suicide Squad.
Oh, he was in Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain. We still got to see Brokeback Mountain because obviously
I haven't seen it
it's
either.
10 years since Heath Ledger passed
Yeah,
away.
I know.
And we didn't realize he was in Brokeback Mountain. I still want to see that. I still want to see I Am Heath Ledger. That
Yes,
doco.
I want to
Yes.
see that.
Amazing.
Any like behind the scenes stuff of him as the Joker, I want to see. I want to get into this.
I'm guessing there's so much stuff locked in the vault that
Yeah.
Nolan doesn't want to.
I'm sure.
But yeah, David Harbour was also in Suicide Squad. I didn't realize that as one of the
Yeah,
government
at the
guys.
beginning when she's eating steak and he's like,
Yeah, and that scene where they show off Enchantress,
Yeah.
he's there as well. But yeah, he was fantastic as well. Him and Winona had great chemistry. Winona. They had great chemistry. Except first, he's a bit douchey.
Don't say that word. I was about to say that as well, but
Really?
not with that word. Yeah, no, when you first meet him and he's like, donuts, no, the morning is time for reflecting.
Yeah, and he's
I
taking like the pills in the
instantly
morning.
hated him. Instantly, and then it was so crazy, the next episode, I'm like, how did I ever hate this person?
Yeah, yeah.
And then even when I was watching season 2, I'm like, how is this the same person as the donut reflection person? You know?
Because you find out why he was keeping that part of him away from everyone afterward. By the way, I cried
In what
Where?
bit?
in the last part when he's doing the CPR on Will.
Oh, when they find him. Yeah. Especially with that We
I
Can
cry
Be
with
We
everything.
Can Be Heroes.
Oh no, yeah,
cover.
that
was great.
soundtrack.
Yeah, that was really well done. But yeah, by the end of it, he's a father to the kids. And the kids are such good actors.
That
Too
first
good.
scene with the D&D thing, I was just like, man, this is sick.
But like it's like it. It's exactly how we all talked when we were that age. Like the banter, just ridiculous. It's not, it's not black and white.
Yeah.
It's
Normally-
so on point.
Normally, I get worried when there's children actors when the story focuses so much on children because Phantom Menace, because of children actors. But yeah, it's just it's hard sometimes with children actors. It's not their fault, obviously, because
They're so young.
they're young. They don't understand a lot of stuff that they're saying with scripts, especially Phantom Menace. But but I get worried with because you don't get immersed.
Yeah.
No,
But these kids nailed it.
they're really good. They're better than some of the adult actors.
I know.
It's true. No, they love what they do, and it's really cool to see. But they seem like really good buddies off screen as well. The
Yeah.
actors.
It helps. It helps them on screen as much off screen. So same thing with it's honing back to It and A Nightmare on Elm Street. Like the
Stand
vibes
By
from
Me.
those two and Stand By Me, crazy, absolutely crazy. And then we binged season 2, and just that one episode that no one likes.
The
Oh,
punk one.
don't get me started. Can we revisit that? Can I say
Yeah.
something?
Yes.
The soundtrack.
Oh,
Oh,
The
that
soundtrack.
theme synthesizer heaven.
It's too good. It's too good. It's very 80s. There's a lot of suspense in there, but I just love how it's minimalist at the same time as getting a point across. Like, it's not a big orchestra.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's
Beethoven's
suspenseful too.
It's like, yeah, it's really good, but it hones into the 80s nostalgia and that whole synthesizer and electronic
and
theme.
that font too. As a design person, I'm just like, that font is so good.
Oh,
It's the Stephen
the
King
neon.
font.
Yeah.
The
It's
neon.
like a neon, and it's perfect. It's very minimalistic, but you know exactly what it is. You hear the soundtrack now, hear the theme, you're like, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
You see someone using the font, you're like, Stranger Things.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know when Netflix gives you the option to skip the intro? I'm like,
No.
leave it.
Yeah, leave it.
Leave it.
Yeah, turn it up.
I want to hear it. But yeah, that one episode, I think it was the third last episode or the second last episode?
Second last episode. I'm reluctant to talk about it because I hated it so much.
It was just such a detour, and the kids weren't in it. It was obviously all about 11 branching off, doing her own thing and finding her own kind.
I thought it was good for her character development, but it wasn't executed.
No.
It didn't need to be outside of... oh my gosh, I completely had a mind blank. What's the town called?
Oh.
Hog's breath.
No. Oh my gosh. Quick, someone get me the president.
You two talk amongst yourselves.
I have
But
the
they
town of
went
Derry in my head.
No, that's
The town
it.
of-
That's
I
it.
know it's it, but yeah.
Yeah, but it was outside. It was like, where was it again? It was weird. She went
Isn't
on a
it
bus.
Chicago or something?
Yeah, she went somewhere like Chicago, really way out of the way, away
No,
from everyone.
I don't want to connect to the Wi-Fi.
Stranger Things, town. For everyone watching this, I'm
Keep
sorry.
talking.
They're probably like screaming at the screen by now, like, it's this
No,
name!
no.
You're so pathetic!
Last time we didn't know the guy that shot lightning bolts in the
Shazam.
flashback. No, it was Zeus.
I got it.
Zeus?
Yeah, what is it?
Hawkins.
Oh, I knew
Hawkins,
that.
Indiana.
Hawkins, Indiana, yeah.
Damn.
There you go.
And the Oscar goes too. But yeah, and it was so far from it, and I think after watching that episode with you, I turned to you and I said, it's one of those classic stories. She needs to get angry so she can use her full power. Like, it's not like we haven't heard that before. That's like in every single superhero everything. And she just, I don't feel like she needed to be so far removed just for that one concept.
The scene with the train, I was totally like, first class. Magneto did it first.
I'm like, X-Men. But it was cool to see, Kai Green, the bodybuilder.
Oh, the big dude.
Yeah,
really.
He was
He loved it. I remember because he was allowed to post a still of him like looking at 11. I'm like, he's in it. He's a pretty good actor.
You know what though? From a design point of view, those characters, they're really well designed because they've all got like specific designs, and if you saw their silhouettes, you'd know exactly who they were. I just wish the writing was better.
It's like the Ninja Turtles. They've got their own personas.
Exactly.
I feel like they could have come to Hawkins instead of removing 11.
Yeah.
I'm sure this
to go
isn't the
there.
last time we'll see them.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And I really didn't like her sister. What was it? 9? Number 9?
Or the one at the beginning of the cops
Yeah,
chasing
yeah.
him,
Her
and
sister.
She do the whole
make him see stuff.
Yeah.
the Professor X.
Yeah.
She was evil, very vindictive, and you get attached to 11 so much. Like, from the very beginning, she's distressed and you want to care for her, and you know more information than the other the boys, and they're like, why did you, Will's dead, why did you remember that? And then she's like, he's not, and you just feel for her, so you're so
She's
attached.
trying her best.
Exactly. And then so when she gets into the wrong crowd, I was like, no,
Don't do
it's
this.
my baby. Like, exactly. You
We're all
just want
playing
the
mother
best
hen
for
with
her.
her.
Yeah. Because you started from when she was like super innocent, and now she's like, you're watching her sort of grow up and
She's
going through
finding her
that
own
rebel
morals
stage,
as well,
and
isn't it?
also having those moments with oh shit. Sorry. Oh.
There you go. There's our first bleep.
Damn. No, there's no bleeps. I'm not bothered for bleeps. With what? David Harbour's character. Hopper. Jeez.
This is embarrassing.
I know.
Hawkins, Hopper.
Her relationship with Hopper was really good, especially at the
In the
start.
second season.
When they're having those arguments and stuff, and he's just trying to
Halfway happy.
like
Trying to
treat
be a
him
dad.
like trying to be a dad, but it's not easy, especially when your daughter has crazy powers that could make your head explode.
Yeah. Bob. Can we talk about Bob?
Oh,
Don't, that made me sad. I want to cry.
Sean, is it Aston or
Aston.
Sean Aston? Yeah. He
Sean
was
Aston
terrific. He was terrific in that. He was the best.
He plays such a lovable person in almost. I can't see him being a bad guy in any movie.
No, I kind of want to though, just for the sake of it. So
Just-
it shakes things up and it
yeah.
catches me
Yeah.
by surprise. Like one of those movies where you think he's the good guy, then right at the end you're like,
I know.
Plot twist.
No.
But I'm such a Lord of the Rings fan that I can't help but see Sam.
yeah, you
Every
can't
time I see him, like,
unsee.
Mr. Frodo.
And all the Goonies references that they had.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't.
That was
They
great.
didn't shy away from that, did they?
But that scene where he's hiding in the closet
Oh, that was intense.
when the Demodogs, I'm like, this is not going to end well.
Wow.
Like, if you know he's staying back, like him and the doctor, how the doctor was in the stairwell.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not going to end well for him, but obviously it did.
How did
don't,
he survive?
Yeah, I don't know. I was happy to see him survive
Yeah.
because at first I thought
He
he
was
was
great.
mean at first.
It's like aliens.
Yeah,
The opposite.
exactly.
They did the opposite.
Yeah,
At the start of
exactly.
Aliens, you think he's a good guy, and then he turns out to be
That's it.
an idiot. But
That shot of how Bob comes out into the lobby and he sees Winona
and he
Ryder.
stops.
Yeah.
He
And
stops.
it's all silent. He's like,
My heart's
hello,
broken.
bang. I'm like, no. I'm like,
When he stopped and it paused, I went, no!
Exactly, you knew, you perceived
I was like,
it.
I know this so much.
I know
Keep
this
walking.
setup.
When he got through the door, I was like, yay! And then when he froze, that was it. It was over. But when we first were introduced to his character, I kind of resented him just a tiny bit because of how they first introduced him. So, kind of, Winona, what's her name? Oh my gosh, we've forgotten all the names.
You're really bad.
Does it start with a J?
Joe.
No!
Talk amongst yourselves.
This is terrible. We're gonna
Let the comments begin.
Oh, man.
crucified.
We're going to be crucified in the comments.
Joyce Byers.
Joyce! See, it did start with a J.
I
On your
remember
Laura.
the boys' names.
But you could tell when he was on screen with her, she was a bit smothered. And
Yeah.
you felt like, you're like, Bob, just calm down. Like, when he came
he's very
into
full
work,
on.
he was very full on. And I was
He
like,
was trying a lot.
a lot. And at first, he was a bit agitating. And part of me, I ship Joyce and Hopper.
Yeah.
I do.
You do.
You kind
Yeah.
of, I thought it was set up from season 1 at the very end. I was like, this is gonna happen. And then when it didn't, I was like, he cock blocked us. I thought he did. That's how I
But
felt.
they drop subtle hints here
Yeah.
and there with their chemistry.
yeah.
They do a lot of that, the switching thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about my boy, Steve!
Steve!
Oh,
Steve!
Steve!
Character development 101. They should
love
teach
it
this.
so
They
much.
should
I
teach
love
this.
Steve. Sorry, Chris. I love Steve.
No, I love Steve too.
Okay.
I feel so bad because at first I hated him. I was like, why is...
Everyone did.
Oh no,
What?
I forgot the girl's name.
Nancy.
Nancy.
Oh,
We got it.
yes!
Nancy,
1
I
out of
felt
20.
so bad when Nancy is like, I was like, when she was with Steve, I was just like, what's Steve doing? And then she got with and
Jonathan Byers.
yeah, John. And,
Yes! Another point for me.
And then in season 2, when they had that thing, I was like, oh no, Steve.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for Steve because what happened in my head was Steve was like baddie in the first season, goody in the second season. He just was, amazing. And I feel like Nancy was innocent and goody in the first season. And in the second season, her morals just kind of crashed.
Yeah.
Which was a real
Yeah.
change for her
Yeah.
because, like, regardless if she liked Jonathan or not, it's just like she had every opportunity to tell Steve and end it amicably
Yeah.
before moving on to the next boy.
Yeah.
When she
And-
got drunk.
And when she got drunk, she did.
Yeah.
We say that around the house all the time. Well, I do. And yeah, I lost a lot of respect for Nancy in the second season. She used to be our, like, nerdy,
The innocent
relatable,
one.
Yeah.
innocent one who wasn't really in the it crowd, and then she's in the it crowd, and then
Yeah.
With poor Barb.
poor R.I.P.
R.I.P. Barb.
R.I.P. Barb.
Steve's redemption.
Now,
Yes.
Billy.
and Max.
Billy and Max. So, okay, first and foremost, I didn't know it was the guy that played the Red Ranger and that he's Aussie.
Stop it.
Because he's that good.
Yeah,
he's that good.
Is he from Perth?
He's from Perth, yeah.
Perth is like a small town here in Australia,
And now
by the
he's,
way.
apparently
Like,
he's...
I was giving them some insight.
About how small Perth is.
About
You've
how
been to
small-
Perth.
I went to Perth twice because my dad used to work in the mines in Western
right.
Australia, so I'd fly over, and it's like not a big city.
How were the 6 houses there? Sorry, anyone in Perth. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Perth people. It's
Guys, this is my
beautiful, though.
channel, please.
Perth is beautiful, but it's not like a big major city like New York or LA, where you would think that a lot of big actors would come from.
Heath Ledger was from Perth.
What? No!
Yeah, Heath came. Him and his mate drove all the way across Australia to Sydney.
Because that's where Home and Away. Was he on Home and Away? Or
Yeah. So up
that's
at
where he...
what's the beach called?
Palm Beach.
Palm Beach. Yeah. So him and his
God.
mate drove from Perth to Sydney, and then he goes, "Forget this. I'm going over to LA." And
I always thought all the big Australian actors came from, Queensland.
it's
just
everywhere,
like
from everywhere. It's
big
look, you think about Perth, you're the furthest away from LA, so your desperation is like, I need to make this happen.
And you got to go through the middle of Australia, which there's like
Nothing. Just red dust.
some
Cool
dude,
looking red dust, but
some dude sweeping.
Just that's all you pass, and then it's just
Sydney
red
this
dust.
way.
Hello, mate.
just keep going.
Oh my god.
The odd kangaroo now and then.
Oh,
Even
God.
kangaroos don't go there.
Oh, there's a big red rock. Uluru.
Oh, cool rock, bro.
We need to go to Uluru. That would
Yeah,
be
we do want to
awesome.
go to Uluru.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Billy and Max.
Billy, yeah, came from Australia, and he's very good-looking dude.
I thought he was. I got confused for a second because I was like, from a distance, I was like, is that Zac Efron?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
it was
that
the
charm.
eyes.
I was like,
the
oh,
eyes.
it's the other Zac Efron.
I've never seen someone look so good with a mullet. That's what caught me off guard. I was like,
You know what it is? It's
I'm
the
confused.
shirt with the button up to here, and he's got
He wears a pair of jeans really well.
those
I
tight
must say.
jeans.
I must say.
his introduction to the series was very good.
I wonder if he's gonna get a similar character arc like Steve. Like if we're ever gonna see him as like a
Well, obviously Max is surely going to be in season 3.
yeah, for sure.
Even though I wasn't overly a big fan of Max.
She
Let's get around to Max. Let's finish Billy, I
Yeah.
think, because I don't want to get too distracted. But Billy was so well introduced, and like how he was on the car, he was like cool kid, and then even in the basketball game was Steve,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like these power play because Steve was the top dog of the school. This guy comes along, and he's like, well, you're not, and just his presence on screen. And then in the last episode, you realize his dad is a domestic abuser.
it was the last episode.
Yeah, and I was
right
like,
before the
okay,
fight.
this is kind of making sense. I don't like fully appreciate Billy's behavior and treatment of Max, but now it's kind of making more sense, and it shows that behavior at home from the parents breeds that similar behavior in their children, doesn't it? And that's just a whole new kettle of fish and concept that I didn't expect to see in Stranger Things.
That's a reflection from it.
Yeah, domestic, like,
Pretty much a
parental
similar
domestic violence.
Something
storyline
going on at home.
yeah.
It was kind of bittersweet to see him scared of someone instead of not being scared of
He was
anything.
weak,
Like,
yeah.
he just cowered.
And then you see him almost
So
kill our boy
satisfying.
Steve. Almost killed
Him against Steve. Oh, we were just
I nearly died.
raging. It was, yeah,
I nearly died.
yeah.
But yeah, Max.
Mm.
Never liked Max.
No,
Wasn't a fan.
No.
I just felt she was shoehorned in there.
a little bit.
They were like, oh, we need another girl. That's how it felt to me. I'm like, she's not, like, I know that the boys are going through puberty and they're like, gosh, oh, I've forgotten the boys' names.
Who? Will?
Lucas,
Lucas and not Will.
not Will. What's
Yes, I love it.
Dustin.
Dustin.
I keep
Lucas
thinking
and
about the
Dustin.
actors' names. It's annoying.
Oh,
You go back and forth.
you're,
I know.
you're just too good. But Lucas and Dustin, how they both showed attraction and to Max.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just not quite what I was expecting for Max as well. Like, and she didn't take it. She didn't like it at all. Like, she's a tomboy. She knows what she wants. She didn't want to be part of that. She just wanted a group of friends who are equally nerdy and geeky and fun as she is.
Yep.
But she was just overly sour that you resented the character. Like,
Yeah.
I understood that was part of her personality, but then I didn't get to click with her. I was like,
Did you feel the sourness was a bit too much?
too much for an outsider to come in and then, like, if she was there from the beginning, I could see that sense of humour or sourness, but when they chuck her in the second season, I'm like, I'm not ready for you to treat my boys like this.
I thought they kind of just, but they didn't do it enough where she, if I had gotten more of a vibe that she was doing it to protect the boys from Billy,
Yeah.
then I would have been like, oh, okay.
So
That makes a bit more sense, yeah.
Exactly. Like there were those times where
With the
Billy would go
arcade,
pick her up and look at Lucas and be like, "Stay away from
Yeah.
him." Da da da. But yeah, I just felt she was kind of redundant.
Yeah.
On a whole, like Billy was great,
Yeah.
but you know, each their own. It'll be interesting to see where they go
Yeah.
with Max, and if Billy is going to be in it. If so, is he going to change? Like, do a Steve in season 3? Who knows? But I think like he's just so far gone at this point. But I still want him to retain what he like his character because like he's.
I want him to be sacrificed. I want him to be bad, and then right at the end there's a demagogue and boom, sacrificed. And we have like a Bob moment. And then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
That would be good. Sorry, I just
They use him as bait.
I just had to use that word. Yeah, they're just like, there you go. Here's some mullet.
Take him! Yeah. Our mullet sacrifice.
And he seduced Nancy's mum. What is with that?
That was so intense.
It was so good though. I was like, how did he do this?
Dude's got game.
Yeah, jeez.
I was like, man, like, he might be a prick, but he's got game.
I love how he's like spraying the mousse in his hair. I'm like, I want that mullet.
It's so
You're
straggly.
getting there.
It's getting there. It's on the way. Need the Steve glasses now.
You do need to do the whole Steve thing. He
Yeah.
told you the
Yeah,
secret.
you've got the length.
Oh, what about the
Need to tease it.
the relationship between Steve and the boys now?
He's
Oh my
giving
God.
Dustin a
Dustin
Giving him-
and him are so cute. I want to die. When he drove him to the little prom,
It's
I was like,
okay, blah, blah, blah.
they're my
Oh,
two
no.
faves.
But when they're walking along the tracks, throwing down the meat for the demo dogs, and they're just having that chat, and just the camaraderie was just great. I'm like, Steve's awesome.
There's one line that stands out, and I laughed so hard. It's when Lucas and Dustin are talking, and then Steve comes up and he goes, I'm gonna swear, he goes, "Oi, dickheads, how come the only person helping me out is this random girl?"
I love that so much.
And I love Steve when he's got the tea towel and he's just like, okay.
Full mother hen.
He puts his
It's like, no, you're not.
Exactly. He's like, just finished baking the cookies. It's like, children.
And when they go into the tunnel, he goes, "I'm going first."
The best line of the whole 2 seasons, I'm going to say it. Well, I'm not going to say it, but it was Dustin when he knocks on the door of what's his name's house? Nancy's dad's house, to ask where not Will, what's his name? Oh my gosh, I'm going to be slaughtered in the comments.
not Will.
It's not Will. It's...
Not Will. What's the one that's not Will?
Who is the guy for the kid from It?
The Finn. I know
Bob.
the actor's name.
No. What's his name?
Josh.
Finn Wolfhard.
Look, we know
Nick.
it. Anyway, that guy's dad. He knocks on the door to find out where that guy is.
Mike.
Mike!
I hate myself so much. I can't believe I should
The
have
internet
researched.
is furious.
Half
at
this
point.
podcast is us going, we forgot the names.
Well, you know,
At
it's
least
been
we're
months.
honest.
I was going to research on the train, but I was playing Pokemon. So I got distracted. I was like, I've got to defeat this ghost trial. Anyway, and he knocks on the door. Find where, forgot the name already. Where he is. And he's like,
Mike.
Where's Mike?
where's Mike? And the dad's like, oh, I don't know. There's a
Worst
really
dad
are no help at all.
He's like, hey, watch your language.
Hey, watch your mouth.
The worst dad ever.
He just does not care.
And then in the same scene, Steve comes out of the car with those roses, and that's how Dustin and him get together. And Dustin's like, get in the car, we're going. And he's got these roses, and you just feel so bad for Steve because you know what's happening. You're
Yeah.
like, baby.
He's like, forget what you're going to do, come with me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, I have heard, I think I told you, that like there's a rumor that there's time travel in season 3.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no, you haven't told me.
Yeah.
This is news.
They're just hinting
they're gonna be Back to the Future references? Because
Marty, Mike, we have to go back.
Oh my god! Imagine they get Christopher Lloyd.
Oh,
Stop
gee,
it.
Doc, I don't know. This is heavy.
Yeah, Dak.
Do you know what would be cool though? If the if they do that, if it shows like, if you don't stop the upside down now, this is what the world's going to look like in 30 years. I would allow that. I'd be like, okay, that's good time travel. Like, I could live with this.
You'd get like number 15 or something show up and go, I can time travel.
Yeah. Oh.
It's now that they've opened up that Pandora's box of like, now you're trying to think like, where's the limits to these kids' powers?
There's
like,
none.
how many of them?
Yeah, there's going
They've
to
got
be
so much to work with, but it's very easy to screw that up because I think 11's powers are great, but they're not. She's overpowered at times, but she can't control that overpoweredness.
She's limited as
Yeah.
well with her ability because she'll faint. And like she just, and it's cool to see that she's still a kid.
Yeah.
And she's got these powers that are too powerful for her little body.
Yeah.
So like I'm sure when she grows up, they'll get more powerful with her, and she'll
I'm
be
gonna be
able to
honest.
do more
I don't think
things.
she's gonna grow up. I think the final season they're probably gonna kill her off.
You reckon? Dude, that's a big call.
They're gonna kill her off, and every other
You're evil. Like
every other powerful super kid.
super kid. We'll call them
I
super
think
kids.
all of them.
Sacrifice.
They probably are.
Sacrifice.
Her and Billy sacrifice.
Word of the day: sacrifice.
Is Billy all of a sudden like this amazing guy? I'll sacrifice myself.
Billy's like, I've got a mullet. Watch out.
The Demidog's like, oh no!
Just before battle, when he like rips his mullet off and it's like, let's go!
Rubs it over his chest.
What are we doing? Oh, one quick note that I forgot to say that you were saying that you thought was Stranger Things, but it was Game of Thrones, was the intense change of special effects from season 1 to season 2.
Yeah.
And in season 1, you know where you see the particles in the air that helps identify that it's the upside down, and it was bad.
It was just like a
bad.
crummy filter.
It was
Yeah.
like, it looked like The Sims 3, like
Yeah.
that filter. And then season 4, I remember we were blown away with the special effects, how it just totally upgraded.
Especially the new creature, I really liked it because it wasn't like a level up of
This guy.
the
it's not like
shadow monster.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
a bigger Demogorgon. It was something else. It was a different type of threat.
It was like the being. It was like the
It's-
higher power
yeah, it's
over
like
the
the
demo.
mother
And
shit.
how
Yeah.
it possessed Will and that whole
Like for that first 10 minutes, we're in the arcade, and Will comes out the front of the arcade, and just like it's raining, just red, and you see all those particles, and then the shadow monster, and I'm like, they've upped the budget in the special effects
and
department,
then
which
that
is
whole
great.
like exorcism scene where his eyes are white and he's
Oh,
like shaking
man.
on the bed. I was like, what is happening? Actually, that brings me to a point.
Yep.
These seasons are slow starters. Like, I felt like season 2 didn't pick up till like episode 8.
See, I didn't pick that up because I was so immersed from season 1. That's the bad thing about Netflix is you just keep going.
Yeah.
Whereas The Walking Dead, that's why so many people drop off. They're like, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot. I haven't gotten back onto it. Like, do you know what I mean?
I can guess.
Whereas Netflix are just like, boom, there it is.
Yeah.
And you just keep watching and watching and watching. And I was patient with it because I knew it would accumulate to something great.
Yeah. It's season 1. I binged season 1 because it was completely new. Season 2, I felt like they were trying to do similar beats, and I was. It was good that I was invested in the character development of seeing what these boys are doing now, and Eleven and Hopper and all the names that I can name now. But if I didn't have that, season 2 only picked up when they went to the lab, in my opinion. After the punk episode, that's when it picked up, when they went up to the lab and all that
The nitty-gritty of it.
all that stuff started happening. Like
Yeah.
Will realizing that the creature knows where they are through Will, and Will's actually a double agent.
It's clever how like
Will throwing up from the last season,
Yeah.
the season 1, I just kept thinking about that. So when the bin rattled and we found Dart.
I remember that name.
yeah, we remember Dart. And when the bin rattled, I was like, surely that's one of Will's vomits. But we never saw that happen, so we couldn't confirm.
Do you
Because
think all those demo dogs were...
Will vomits. They're little slugs, and then
That's
they.
a lot of vomits.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought but we didn't see it, and I never got that confirmation because we only see him throw up in the very end of season 1, and then when it was in the bin out the front of their house.
How did it get there?
Exactly, I was like, surely that size, that texture, it would be.
He's left Dustin's house, had a quick vomit, and then
That's what I
maybe.
thought.
because it was Dustin that found him.
If you know, please confirm in the comments
Please.
underneath all.
Oh no, don't worry, they will.
Yeah.
Among you guys are hopeless.
They've all stopped watching at this point. They're like,
No.
learn your names.
We're just talking to
Stay.
ourselves.
We got to start hypnotizing.
How are we going for time?
Not bad. 34,
Oh,
35 minutes.
We got like 5 more hours.
Yeah, easy.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So on a whole, it was great because I haven't watched a TV series in a long time. Like like back in the day, I'd smash
Game of Thrones.
Prison
Think
Break.
about-
Yeah, like Prison Break was my jam back in the day.
Really?
Yo, loved
What
it.
was mine? Breaking Bad. Breaking
Breaking
Bad was
Bad.
when I was like, I'm in.
So
I even had
watched
like
all of that, yeah.
I even had a party at my uncle's for the final episode where we all watched us. It was amazing.
You're all dressed up in your hazmat
Yeah.
suits and everything.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything.
I was
so
doing
so I had to
my-
rewatch it.
No, I was doing my HSC, like my high school finals,
Yeah.
when I discovered Breaking Bad, and in the week
No.
leading up to my exams, I just binge watched the whole thing. And then so my creative writing essay was about like this drug lord.
Hey, you know what though?
Yeah.
Not a bad study for creative writing. That
Yeah.
writing is one of the
Guess
best
what?
I've ever.
I didn't take chemistry.
You don't need
I
chemistry.
didn't. No, but you know what I mean? Like it would link in at least.
You've-
But that's all I did studying.
Like Breaking Bad is one of my main examples of like what you need from character development from the start of the series to what someone looks at like at the end of the series, and Stranger Things needs this.
Don't speak too much about Breaking Bad because someone here at the table hasn't seen it.
I've watched the first couple of episodes.
I watched the first episode.
Wait, it was
Slam
great.
him
You
in
need
the
to
comments.
watch
It was great. I just didn't
You need
get
to
around
watch
to watching the rest of it.
Yeah,
watch it.
look. Rui and I are embarrassed. There's obviously someone who's letting down the
Bryan
team.
Cranston. Dude,
Oh, he's the best in
you'll,
it.
Aaron
you'll get
Paul.
chills. Aaron Paul.
Magnificent. And the Jessica Jones is in it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
She's there.
This is the
and,
part where you go, you wouldn't know that,
And
would you?
Yondu.
Oh,
Isn't he?
It's Michael Rooker.
Oh no, that's Walking Dead. I get
yeah, he's
confused.
Oh, you're talking
Earl,
about.
Merle.
No, the
You're talking about the
old
old guy.
guy.
He does the voice of Commissioner Gordon in Arkham Knight, but he's not in
Oh,
Odyssey.
fair dinkum.
Yeah,
What else is he in? He's in other things.
I don't watch a lot.
It's
of
one of those trivia things where you're like, that's him.
Yeah.
And isn't it the kid with the eyebrows? No, I'm getting too far gone. I need to watch it all again.
Yeah.
We're getting in a deep rabbit hole.
What was my first TV series? Very embarrassingly enough, it was Gossip Girl. Have you seen it?
No.
Have you seen it?
But we're going on the tour in New York now.
We have to. It's actually really good.
The Gossip Girl talk.
Gossip Girl.
Have fun.
Thank
Can you come?
We gotta go to the
Why?
next
Why are you
steps.
dragging me into this?
Oh man.
Dragon Ball Z was my first one.
Oh yeah, I forget Pokemon, but I was really young,
Yeah.
and Mum wouldn't let me watch. So in Australia, we had 2 kids channels. Yeah, it was on Cheese TV, but Mum wouldn't let me watch it because it had all the ads, and she's like, "I don't want you watching the ads," and
Why?
because it's like brainwashing, and then
Oh,
I want
yeah.
all these
Okay.
toys. Whereas
Oh, yeah.
ABC, there's no ads. So I would
ABC
wake
had
up
some
super
good stuff.
early.
Lisa's clever.
Lisa, oh god. But then you'd wake up too early to watch Pokemon. The yoga's on.
Aerobics non-stop.
Oh.
I got a quick training and then I'd be like, alright, let's smash some Pokemon.
No, I just
DBZ.
you actually did the workouts. I just
I
sat there and
did.
watched
I'd
it.
be like, and 1, and 2.
Oh, it just got dark.
It's got
in here.
really
We've got
dark
some
in
mood
here.
lighting
Yes.
going on when we're talking about aerobics. But yeah, no, Mum was she would like words blackmail me. If you do the yoga, you can watch Pokemon because I was
What?
such a fat little kid. Yeah, I still didn't do it.
Man, I was just chomping down on my Cocoa Pops going, when's Dragon Ball Z? Those ladies
Oh.
are
You're doing like leg raises as you're eating.
Those ladies are pretty.
And 1.
But hurry up.
It took me 5 years to realize that Saturday Disney wasn't on Sundays, so I'd wake up.
It's like tripping over a cordless phone.
It's true. I didn't figure it out. I thought it was on both days. I thought it was like a weekend thing. Anyway.
Well, Ninja Turtles was my first jam, and then Power Rangers,
Oh, Power Rangers, yeah.
Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z.
I used to religiously watch the movie with Ivan Ooze.
Oh, they filmed it in Sydney.
Did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dude, Centrepoint Towers.
How come I didn't see any of the...
I remember, I was young, but I remember when they were filming
The
it.
Megazord.
Lost my mind. Yeah, with that bad CGI.
It's like the only good thing about the University of Technology Sydney is they were in the Matrix. That's it.
The government
That's
building.
it. UTS. That's it.
I don't know any of these.
So you know Neo. You don't know the Matrix.
I know about... Yeah, I do know about the
And you know the lady in red.
Yeah.
That's Martin Place.
What?
That's
Yeah.
Martin Place. And then you know
And
how
that's
he's
St.
doing
James.
this with the bullets on the roof of the
Yeah.
helicopter. That is the top of UTS.
Wow.
I know, my mind was
Dude,
blown.
Years
I'm
and years
caught
ago,
in
when
thoughts.
they were filming The Matrix here, I got to do a commercial for Singapore Airlines, and anyway, I was in like a private schoolboy outfit. Mum took me to Fox Studios for the day to film. The soundstage next door, on it was The Matrix.
Did
You
sneak in?
walked
Did you
past
sneak
the
in?
door.
Did you sneak in?
No, like it was all closed off, and they had the beacon on, like, you know, stuff's happening in there at the moment. And this is when Fox Studios was just fresh. You know,
Yeah.
you could smell the paint.
Yeah, yeah.
It was that fresh. And I was in the soundstage next door.
Oh, wow.
And then yeah, they filmed 2 and 3 here. Obviously, they go back to LA
Yeah.
for a lot of stuff. The highway scene, they built that. I think halfway between LA and San
I'm
Fran.
terrified of
They
those.
built what?
They built a mile and a half of highway.
Oh my god.
for the
You're
highway scene.
kidding.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
terrified of those guys with dreadlocks. They
Oh, the
freaked
twins.
me
The
out.
albinos?
Twins were great.
They freaked
They're
me
good
out.
character design. actually.
Yeah. I
My
thought
mum's
they were-
obsessed with Trinity. She loves Trinity.
She was cool.
She's like,
the
Trinity's
the
very
scorpion
big.
kick
Oh.
and everything. I'm
Oh,
like,
so cool. When she
Haven't
died
seen
and
those
I
in
cried, and then she
ages.
came back to life. I was fine. Then she died again and I cried and she came back to life.
that's a cheap trick.
I'm like, you.
So wait, you have seen the
I
Matrix?
have seen them, yeah.
Oh right,
I have
'cause at first you're like, I have heard of this Matrix.
No, I have seen it.
Like,
And
you sound like my dad.
the first, the first one I loved, and then the second one I was like, oh cool, he's got Superman powers. But as I got older, I was like,
By the third one, I'm like, all they do is
like
talk.
the third one, wow, that's a lot of talking, guys.
They did a Phantom Menace with treaties and
Oh, no.
negotiations.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
First one was just the best.
Politics. That's what you want to see in a movie full of space battles and laser swords. I got exactly the right story. Let's talk about politics, guys.
It was a good concept though. They actually, this is weird. I went to an Anglican school, and so we had like Christian studies, whatever. And they made you watch The Matrix because it's very similar. Have you not heard this?
Because Neo's the
It's-
chosen one. And...
It's based on the Bible.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's Jesus.
And Trinity is like. Did you not put it
I
together?
always knew it kind of
and
had
the
that.
Oracle.
Like,
Oracle.
yeah, the whole
is,
Messiah
is
thing.
the
I think
the
you can
teller.
see the breaking glass in my head. You just saw it happen. You'll be able to play back, and I'm just like.
We go back over the footage. And...
This is the moment his heart rips in half.
I'm like, oh my god, it's so true.
But yeah, so all the Christian schools, we'd watch The Matrix.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is really bizarre. But my mum sat me down, she's like, you're watching The Matrix, and she bought all 3 DVDs. She's like, doing it?
Wait,
And we sat there.
because of religious stuff, or because she said they're amazing?
No, because it's amazing.
Oh right, okay.
And then it
At
got
least
me
it's got
onto the
good taste.
soundtrack. And that's how I have all those songs. That's what got me into Marilyn Manson, Rage Against the Machine.
Ah,
That's good
great
soundtrack. Oh, good soundtrack.
great
I
sound.
blast the reloaded one in my car now and then, dude.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Anyway, how do we get onto The Matrix?
I don't know. I think we were talking.
We have just gone on the biggest tangent.
I love how we're like, oh, I don't know what to talk about. Oh, I've got to stop talking over the top of people. Okay.
We're actually almost
No,
ready
really.
to wrap up.
Yeah.
So it's 43 minutes.
That's good.
So we'll go by rating. Season 1. What do you guys rate season 1?
Stranger Things?
Yeah.
I was like, did The Matrix
Season
do
1.
a series?
We're going through all of the Friends seasons and we're going to rate every single one of them.
Season 1, what do you reckon?
I thought you were saying Friends. I'm like,
Here we go, another hour.
I haven't watched that. Season 1, 8.5.
Yeah.
Season 2, 9.5.
Oh!
I went up, and I think the reason why I went up was because the special effects so
Yeah.
much better, and my 0.5 missing was max.
Fair enough.
That's it.
I think I'll swap
You swap around.
it. So 9. I'll put 9 for the first season
Yeah.
and 8.5 for the second one. only because I thought it was too slow of a start for me. There's just a lot of because you introduce these new characters and now you're trying to develop those characters along with the children, and now you've got 11 not part of the children, so it's a separate storyline, and it was a lot to put into 11 episodes, I think.
Oh, wait, hold on. I changed my rating. My second season, I forgot about the really bad episode. It goes down to 8.
It does. It seriously does.
It goes down to 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how much I didn't like it.
Wow.
How about you? He's going to give it like a 3 and then a 5 because he rates really hard.
Do you?
No, rate out of 5.
Oh.
I rate out of 5.
I have a geek rating.
Oh, right.
First season, 4.5 geeks.
At 5.
Out of 5.
Out
Out of 5.
You change the rating system.
That's when these guys are like, now you're speaking my language. And then
like
season 2, again, because of that episode, it was just such a tangent and it was just unnecessary.
Yeah.
And you go to IMDb, everyone hates it. I'm going to say 4 geeks out of 5.
4 geeks out of 5.
Regardless.
So that's an 8 out of 10.
8 out of
If you
10.
multiply it by 2, because...
That's good though.
Regardless,
we
still
pretty much have similar views on the seasons. I think because season 1 was just fresh, oh my god, they're doing the whole 80s thing, and now you're starting to see a resurgence of it, with it.
Well, that's the thing. They did all the Easter eggs and throwbacks to the 80s so well. It wasn't in your face.
Yeah.
But it was cool, when they're going trick-or-treating and Max is Michael Myers and
it wasn't.
she's got
It was
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Remember?
80s reference. And yeah, Ghostbusters, when the boys were all dressed up.
And they're arguing about who's who. Oh, I was like, that was my childhood. Still to this day, I argue with my friends which Ninja Turtle.
Exactly.
Who's... No, I'm Leo. No, I'm Leo. I'm Raph.
I was always
How are you,
Raph?
Raph?
You'd be Mikey. You're just you're just carefree, love and life.
Give me all the Pete's.
Good on the fang.
Yeah.
That was good scores, guys. Let's talk about what we've got coming up. If you guys have got anything coming up, Laura.
Why do I always have to go first?
Ladies first.
What do I have coming up? I'm not sure. I'm going back to work. Ew. Gross.
Any updates on YouTube?
Updates on YouTube have been very slow on YouTube. Been really bad because I've been sewing. My cosplay.
I've seen.
But I've only been giving snippets because I don't want people to be like, oh my gosh, and then everyone else do it. So I'm being slow. But I should have that done by... I'm doing a prototype.
Yep.
And then I'll hopefully have the new one on the way next week.
So obviously it's but it looks killer.
Yeah.
Considering this one started sewing a couple of months ago, it was crazy.
Gosh,
Nice.
I was just like,
really good.
it's, in The Hangover when Alan's gone down and he's got all the maths. That's me trying to make my own patterns. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's really stressful. But yeah, I'm going back to work. I'm teaching trumpet again, so not really much. What are you doing, Stanley?
Well, you know about this one. You don't know about this one.
What?
You guys don't know about this one.
I don't remember.
New cosplay for the end of the year.
What?
Oh!
Ivan Whiplash. Ivan Bunker.
Really?
Doing Whiplash.
I
So
thought you were going to break out the other one that you showed on your story. The Ninja Turtle.
Oh, so Casey Jones is
Yeah.
halfway through the year because it's easy,
Yeah.
and then end of the year is Whiplash. So
Nice.
I got all the photos of.
You need the bird.
Pardon?
You need the bird.
I need the bird. This dog thing we destroyed.
It's my bird.
So I got all these photos from when I went up to Brisbane last year for the Marvel Expo with my mates of Mickey Rourke's.
Oh, you got the reference photos.
Dude, I was that close from it. So had the canon, just as much reference as I could. It's not gonna suck. It's gonna test me with all my skills physically, because Mickey Rourke is just shredded as Vanko, and he's covered in tattoos. Laura's like, oh no, not the tattoos.
How are you
I'm
going to do
gonna
this?
have to do that.
Like
Why did you-
everywhere.
Oh no!
Those times where I've seen Laura put the tattoos on for Harley. I'm like, am I doing the right thing?
You can
Because-
do it yourself.
Yeah, however many tattoos you think
I've
Harley
never seen
had.
that process.
Oh, it's just
It puts me
ridiculous.
off the whole cosplay altogether. I
Really?
think that's, when I think about getting dressed as Harley, I used to love it because I'd just do pen.
Yeah.
And eyeliner or whatever. And now when I think about it, I'm like 2.5 hours of agonizing So what it is I've got a tutorial on my channel if you want to know further, because that's what we'll do for you. And is he shaved?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to shave.
You can't have hair.
No.
You can't.
You're gonna hate that.
Looks like we're gonna have to record a waxing session.
We are. We're
You
gonna
two
have
can
to
do it.
So what
I'll
it is,
join
it's
Well, actually, we'll wax each other at the same time.
and I'll be there in the middle, like
Why?
I'll be the waxer.
Children. I work with children.
Yeah, so it's prostate. It's prosthetic adhesive. It's a really, really sticky glue, and you put that on
How
your
long does
skin.
it last?
Oh,
Because this one is a long
time.
like 4 days.
Just get them like actually done.
Yeah. Oh,
That would
dude,
be expensive.
It was brutal. I remember one time it was after a con and there was one on Laura's shoulder blade and she goes, "Can you get that one off for me?" And it was just, you have to do it in little increments and
Oh.
every now and then you hear it. It's
It
like a
waxes
band-aid.
all your skin.
It's a band-aid. Oh,
Like-
so I'm not looking forward.
But with Margot and Jared, they wouldn't have to deal with that because they were airbrush white. So the glue's going on top
right,
of
and then you just wipe
foundation,
it off.
and it can come off easier. It
Yeah.
lifts. Whereas if it's on your bare skin, you're screwed. Sorry.
So that's what's happening. So I've looked at the reference photos that I took, and there's a really good featurette on Mickey Rourke trying on bits of the armor for the making of, because like there's a leather harness, there's the spine brace, and of course his arc reactor. It's going to be 3D printing, foam, acrylic, and obviously actual aluminum
What about
parts.
LEDs?
It's gonna be exciting.
LED, so feeding out into the whips.
It's gonna be
Yes!
I'm gonna
really cool. Like
so I'm going to
leathering.
switch them out if I'm walking on the convention floor for ones that are that long.
Are
and
they
then
blue?
Yellow. He's the final suit at the end. It's blue.
Are you doing the first?
I need to watch the movie.
Yeah, I'm doing the
when
one
he shows up in the
Monaco.
Monaco.
Yeah, so like the exoskeleton. Yeah. So that's gonna be. I'm gonna have to be going to Laura's dad for advice.
Yeah.
Jason.
The
It's
engineer
gonna
and
be
the Sparky. It's gonna be because
So he'll be like, "Look, mate,
it's
this
good,
is what
it's
we're
like
gonna
a-
do."
Well, yeah, because I'm looking at.
He's going
parts.
to scold you next time he sees you.
Why?
So Dad watched our latest podcast, and he was like, "I wish Rui didn't wear a singlet." He was like one of those comments. And so look, you come in a shirt, and now Chris.
That's the
is
same
coming
reaction
in-
I had. I'm like,
Oh no! It's like,
I
oh,
can't step foot in the Gilbert household again.
God love him. But he would just wear navy. He'd come in. And, anyway,
I'm excited to see the cosplay, and it's a step up because then you'll learn stuff from that you can bring.
I'm gonna fail so
That's the point.
much. I'm gonna be calling this one crying.
gonna.
But it's good. You learn
good.
stuff.
Exactly.
crying.
I've got
Good
I've got a whole video on
Yeah.
failure.
What's your next cosplay, Rui?
My next cosplay. No, I'm not gonna jump in the cosplay game. I'm gonna be the designer on the
Why?
side.
I'm going to force you.
I've thought about doing like the Nightwing version to your Pirate Batman, but
You've got to.
Why wouldn't you
I've-
do that?
I've
That would be
never
awesome.
done it before.
You're gonna upset
I'm gonna
Pirate
need your
Catwoman
help.
and Pirate Batman.
I'm gonna. Why are we gonna say this on camera now? Now they're gonna
pressure the boy.
Pirate Nightwing.
You have to. We've got to expand upon this pirate
You're gonna have to
universe.
help me because I have no idea.
course I
what I'm
would.
doing.
Yeah, I would help.
I don't, but it always
Well,
works
he
out
would.
okay.
What do I have? RTX. I've got RTX next week. Next weekend, I've got some new prints.
So is that what? That's next month. Obviously, it goes into the
It's the first
third and fourth.
3rd and 4th of February
Yeah.
at the ICC.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be there with my booth selling artworks.
Yep.
I've got new ones that I've posted on my Instagram.
Saw them.
Yeah.
They're very nice.
I'm doing. I'm just doing the usual like YouTube videos and stuff. I'm just talking. I've noticed that my YouTube videos are helping artists out, like talking about failure
I
and
like
stuff.
your videos, man. It's
Thank
good.
you.
I just had a testy pot.
It's good.
No, but I like because there's some things that aren't said about art and being creative, and I think we're getting too far away from it. So I think I'm working on my next video, which is about creativity and rules.
Yep.
And how these rules are made up.
That's true.
Aren't
Yeah.
all rules made up,
I know.
Rui?
I'm a
They're meant to be
rule breaker.
broken.
Yeah.
If you
That's
don't
it.
break them, you don't get anywhere.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
Not all rules.
Follow the law.
No moira.
This is
No,
like
Moira.
a purge thing that's about to happen.
No, they're gonna come after us. All right,
Let's wrap it up.
let's wrap it up.
Sweet.
Who wants to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Good one.
We'll see you guys next time.
Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Again, thank you to the lovely Laura, the radical Rui. That's pretty good. I like
Radical?
that.
Look at that alliteration.
Yeah. I'm
Wow.
learning.
LLRR.
Yeah, LLR.
We have the Geekettes.
Catastrophic
the Geeks
Chris.
and Geekettes.
Yeah, we've got the Geekette.
I know. People were like, how come there's two guys and it's called Geeks and Geekettes? It's about you guys, not us.
It's all about you at the end of the day. But yeah, thanks very much for watching as always, guys. Same time next week.
See
All
ya.
the best.
Bye.